Hey there guys, Fave here, and if you haven't seen part 1, make sure you watch that first because this is a continuation of the story of the Domino Crown that went through so many people, alright? Now today's challenge is, if you've ever wanted to get rich on Roblox, smash that like button. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. So previously, on part 1, the Domino Crown was given out for free to 13 people in a 2007 Roblox contest. One of the winners was named PC Wiener. 4 years later, he comes back to Roblox and sells it to DarkUDog for 1.1 million Robux. And then a few months later, DarkUDog sells it to the Gamer 101 for 1.9 million Robux, netting him a 420,000 Robux profit. So now, let's continue to part 2. The year is 2011. The Gamer 101 still has his second Domino Crown on his alternate account, Gamer's Second Domino Crown. Now, as you can see here on the account Gamer's Second Domino Crown, he clearly does not own a Domino Crown anymore. So what happened to it? Well, let's talk about it. So, January 11th, 2012. So, the Gamer 101 apparently is tired of having 2 Domino Crowns and decides, I'll just sell it. So he goes ahead and sells the Domino Crown to a user named Dr. Roblo. And thankfully, I know this guy and asked him about it, and he confirmed this. I just remember buying TG 101s for 2.2 mil. But the funny part about the Gamer 101 selling his second Domino Crown for 2.2 million Robux is whenever you sell a limited, you lose 30% of that Robux to tax, okay? And so basically, the Gamer 101 got 1.54 million Robux off of that. But if you remember part 1, he paid 1.9 million Robux for it. So he lost 360,000 Robux on this transaction. And so now Dr. Roblo would be the rightful owner of this Domino Crown. Of course, until May 1st, 2012. So if we take a look at Dr. Roblo's profile here, we can see him wearing a Euro, a rare hat worth more than 1 million Robux, known for being the skater hat that's worn backwards. And if we take a look at his inventory in the present day, as he is banned forever, that's the only expensive thing this account owns. So rest in peace to Dr. Roblo whenever he got banned, but let's focus on what happened to the Domino Crown, okay? So this same Domino Crown, so Dr. Roblo here gets hacked by 3 users. So imagine you and your friends. What do you and your friends typically do on Roblox? Play games? Do you even have friends? It's okay if you don't, it's okay if you do. But let's focus right now on what these 3 friends did to our friend Dr. Roblo. Okay, so Elernit, as you can see by his Indominus Infernus here, Caleb244, who's worth about 3.7 million Robux and had a Dominus Imperius on his head, which is now banned forever. And I Trapped. All 3 of these people are banned forever, by the way. All 3 of these young men decided to hack Dr. Roblo on May 1st, 2012. And with that hacking being done, Dr. Roblo had a lot of items and he lost a lot of his items. And one of the items that was lost on this day was the same Domino Crown, okay? Now, they quickly sold the Domino Crown to a user that we're going to refer to as N7. Now, N7 back in the day was a very rich Robloxian. And the reason why we call him N7 is because his name is No with 7 O's. So if you take a look at No's profile here on June 11th, 2012, you can see him wearing a Dominus Frigidus and the Domino Crown that this long story is about. He's also holding a dark card. Now, this was a very rich man back in the day, alright? This was no joke. So being rich in 2012 is cool, but he doesn't seem to be around anymore. Not as active as he once was, okay? But oh well. So, No holds this Domino Crown for a little over a year. And now we jump to July 2013. So, at some point in July 2013, our friend No, with his green teapot and his vinyl record player on his head, decided to sell the Domino Crown for real money, along with an ice crown. And according to this post here from July 2013, he sold a Domino Crown and an Ice Crown for $2,500, okay? Now, nowadays, that might seem like an undervalue for how expensive these items are. But back then, not many people bought items illegally on the black market, also known as the dark web. So if you're wondering why the title of this video is buying a Domino Crown on the dark web, well, yes, no, sold his Domino Crown on the dark web for $2,500. Okay, now this $2,500 was spent by a user named. Now I'm not gonna say his username as he is still not banned forever, so I'm just gonna refer to him as. So I'm just gonna censor his name whenever I say it. So I got the Domino Crown in July 2013, and I talked to him about owning it for that few weeks in history, and here's what he had to say about it. So he says, N7 gave us a good deal, I know that. Pretty sure he was about to quit, so he wanted to cash out. So he was quitting Roblox and decided to sell his items, and that made sense. N7 did that. And then a few weeks later, in August 8th, 2013, so post on the forums, just traded Domino Crown for Dominus Imperius plus Ice Crown plus Red Grind. Now, I managed to do the unthinkable, and I found out what the values of all these items were back in 2013. So if we take a look here at this list of item values and from August 2013, we can see that the Domino Crown was valued from 14 to 17 million. We'll use 17 million as our number. The Dominus Imperius at up to 14 million. The Ice Crown at 2.4 million Robux. And the Red Grind being valued at 625,000 Robux. So when traded it to a user named Parliament, they basically, it was 17 million Robux for 17 million Robux. It makes sense as a trade, and it makes sense in the context of the time. So while nowadays Imperius is by far the most expensive limited on Roblox, back then Domino Crown was still running the site, okay? Nowadays, Parliament isn't worth too much Robux, being worth 1 million, which is still a fair amount. It's not quite Domino Crown level, so this is the weird part. There's a giant jump in time here. So right now we're in August 2013, and Parliament goes completely inactive with this Domino Crown for nearly 3 years. And it wasn't until January 5th, 2016, when Parliament waited 3 years to trade his Domino Crown. I believe he was not very active on Roblox during the time, okay? So who did he trade the Domino Crown to? How much did he get and why? Was it worth the wait? Well, Parliament traded Domino Crown plus 50,000 Robux for Dominus Infernus. Now, in 2016, this deal might have made sense, considering Domino Crown was not worth as much as it was in, say, 2013. But if you really think about it, Parliament went from giving a Dominus Imperius plus an Ice Crown and a Red Grind, which were among the most expensive items on the website, all the way down to an Infernus. And we'll give him the benefit of the doubt here and use these 2013 values. In 2013, Dominus Infernus was worth 6 million Robux. So to go from 17 million Robux to 6 million Robux and lose 11 million Robux by waiting 3 years is kind of a big loss. I'm not gonna lie. But it's all good, because who gave the Infernus to Parliament, and where did the Domino Crown go after that? Well, it was none other than Linkmon99. Now, this would not be the last time Linkmon99 would own this Domino Crown, and this story just gets crazier and crazier and crazier. Okay, so right now, are you keeping up? From 2007 to January 2016, this Domino Crown had only had 7 different owners. 7 different Robloxians who did various things to get this Domino Crown, whether it was winning it legitimately, spending a large amount of Robux on it, or even buying it on the dark web. But in part 3 of this 3-part trilogy, the nice, steady motions of this Domino Crown are going to get turned upside down, where we will find out about times it got scammed, and even the time that me, Fave with 2 A's, owned this same Domino Crown. Make sure you stay tuned until next time. So thanks for watching the video. Make sure you smash that like button, follow me on Twitter at Roblox Fave, subscribe and hit the bell to Fave and Fave 2. Let me know what you think down below of this saga so far. What's gonna happen to this Domino Crown? Where's it gonna go? Nobody really knows for sure, but one thing I do know for certain is that I am Fave, and I am the GOAT. So follow me on Roblox, join my fan club on Roblox, join my Discord server, discord.gg/Fave, and it's your boy Fave, and I am